Welcome back to Asia Tonight. Now, in business news, Iran's confrontation with the United States has sparked oil supply concerns. Today saw wild swings in commodities prices and on equity markets across the globe. Investors right now seem to be taking a wait-and-see approach. Those oil supply fears saw Brent crude futures peak above $70 a barrel. Now, they've since eased, and they are now sitting at Brent crude at $68.49 a barrel. West Texas immediate crude futures also jumped as high as $65.85 a barrel, the highest price since last April, before easing. Gold also in big demand as investors flock to the traditional safe haven. Spot gold rallying to a 7-year high, breaking the $1,600 level. Take a look at it. It is now priced at $1,500 and, well, it's just moved to 78. So Asian shares seeing widespread losses as well. Japan's Nikkei lost nearly 2% in morning trade before ending down 1.6%. Another safe haven, the yen, jumped to a 3-month high. Let's take a look at the yen. It is now buying at US dollar yen at $108.48. In Seoul, South Korea's Kospi lost 1%, its lowest close in nearly 4 weeks. Hong Kong's Hang Seng slid to a 2-week low before ending the day down 0.8%. Airlines, including Air China and China Southern, all saw losses. Mainland shares also taking a hit. Both the Shanghai and Shenzhen Composite, as you can see here now in the rate, both are down about 1.2% each. So, question is, what's at stake for Asia with the heightened tensions in the Middle East? Asia is home to 4 of the world's biggest crude oil importers. China, the world's top crude oil importer, relies on the Middle East for about 50% of its needs. India, the world's 3rd biggest after the US, imports almost 70% of its crude oil needs from the Middle East. Analysts have estimated that every $1 increase in the oil price raises India's import bill by $1.5 billion a year. So next comes Japan at number 4. It counts on the Middle East to supply almost 90% of its annual crude oil needs. Wrapping up the top 5 is South Korea, which imports almost 80% of its crude oil from the Middle East. Iraq is the 2nd biggest oil producer in the Middle East, accounting for 5% of global output in 2018. And the Strait of Hormuz, where 1/3 of traded oil flows through, will see increased activity. Japan announced last month that it will send a warship and patrol planes to the Middle East. South Korea's vice minister said Monday that the country's oil supplies aren't affected as there have been no direct attacks on oil refineries and tankers.